What it do, homies? We are back with some new Saltatio Mortis. This time we're checking out Finsterwacht. Okay, now it's been a while since I've done reactions to Saltatio, but last I checked, they make breathtaking projects, and this is 11 minutes, so this is about to be a whole movie. Let's go ahead and shut up and turn it up. Blind Guardian, yes. Look, man, I had the volume cranked, not all the way up, but my ears are sensitive. I had the volume cranked up to 11, not 10, 11, mind you, 10 being the max. And the way that intro kind of came in, I swear to you, if they had let it go for another 8 or 16 bars, I might have cried. I might have, it's emotional. And let me tell you something. Every single video that they release, it's like the walls are made more, what can I say? It's like the area, like it's an expansion, right? It's like some domain expansion on some Jujutsu Kaisen type of stuff, right? Because, you know, I've seen videos where people shoot stuff out in the, out in outdoors and everything, and it still looks like it was kind of shot outdoors. But this looks like it actually takes place in this fantasy, not necessarily fantasy, right? I'm pretty sure it's a real place they're taking it, but the color grading, the atmosphere, the sound effects, right? Which is something that some, people who put things together, sometimes, the realistic sound effects is what adds to the atmosphere, what makes things really, really believable. So you set us up. That's what you did. You set us up, because when that came in, and I was like, okay, this is sounding really epic. But then the guitar came in, and I swear to you, it sounded like it was crying. Like, what are we doing here? I mean, you heard it, right?
Dunkelheit lastet schwer auf dem Land. Die drohenden Gipfel der Berge.
Sorry to all my English viewers. It doesn't appear that they have CC, so I'm not going to understand what they're doing, but, I'm here for the appreciation anyways. It wouldn't be the first time I've reacted to something that was in a completely different language, that didn't have closed caption available. But that's the beautiful thing about music, is that it transcends language. Music is music.
Unheil verkündend in den Himmel. Nach all den Jahren ist es wieder da, dieses unheimliche Flüstern in der Nacht. Was verbirgt sich dort in den finsteren Wäldern? Ein Sturm zieht auf. Es wird kalt am Finsterkamm. Doch es gibt Hoffnung. Denn inmitten all dieser Düsternis stehen die Hüter der Wache hoch oben auf den Türmen, Tag für Tag, Nacht für Nacht, bereit, unsere Familien und unser Land mit ihrem Leben zu verteidigen. Wenn sie ihre Feuer entzünden, dann gnade uns die Göttin. Es sind die Feuer der Angst, die dort brennen.
Okay, so I love what was going on there. Like, I'm not entirely sure what's going on, but it appears they are very, very surprised that they were alive after what seems, what appears that the battle has been lost. But what I love what's going on is as this guy is narrating that melody that we hear in the background is done maybe with a glockenspiel or a bell, maybe even a xylophone. Probably not a xylophone. It sounds a little bit too higher in the register for that to be it. But it kind of immediately reminded of like Final Fantasy, or like background music that's playing as you're reading dialogue, like early PS1 days.
Möge der Heldenmut der Wache heller leuchten als das Licht der Flammen. Denn sie sind unsere letzte Bastion vor
This is a movie.
was dort im Schatten auf uns lauert. Und unsere einzige Hoffnung dort auf der Finsterwacht.
Die Flammen lodern hoch hinauf, zum Himmel schwarz und fern.
Shout out to the costume designers. Shout out to it, man. I think that's I wouldn't necessarily say like overlooked talent, overlooked. I wouldn't necessarily say that it's an underlooked talent because there's plenty of people that appreciate, all the hard work that goes into, costume design. And I've been watching Face Off. That's on the FX channel. And it kind of gives me just tiny little bit of what goes into like prosthetics and costume design. But the way that I kind of look at it is if you have a general idea of the time that something is set in, and then you see the characters in there and nothing looks out of place, they did a very good job, right? You have to agree with me, right?
Ein Mann mal in der Dunkelheit, jedes Feuer ist ein Stern. Nehmt Abschied, Freunde, singt noch ein letztes Lied. Schild an Schild gemeinsam in die Welt, auf der Finsterwacht.
That's scary, right? Back in those times, man, a bow and arrow can be very, very silent depending on the distance that you're from. And that was very, and obviously, we're watching, something that's not real. But ambushes like that, super real. And depending on the lethality of archers, they can take down your whole crew before you even know it. That's scary. That's scary. I couldn't imagine seeing somebody fall like that. Just immediately, you're literally talking about something, boom, right in the neck. Especially if they're barbed or like poisoned arrows, bro. Archers, man.
Stumme Helden ohne Rast, die Blicke scharf wie Stahl. Vereint von Todesmut beseelt, stehen wir hier ein letztes Mal. Seid wachsam, Freunde, die Schatten sind der Macht. Schild an Schild gemeinsam in die Nacht. Und steht die Welt in Flammen, will ich mit euch durchs Feuer gehen, bis unsere Asche sich vereint in Ewigkeit.
Hold on. Before we get into this, bro. First off, they look like orcs. I'm guessing they're orcs, bro. They trash. They absolutely trash. Because how you let somebody creep up that close to what appears to be your chieftain not only did he infiltrate it, but he went trash. Absolutely, bro. Orcs. Oh my goodness. During that time where he kind of got hit, guy got hit in the arrow, got hit in his neck with the arrow. I was sitting here listening to the background track, and it still had a hint of triumph in there, as well as kind of sorrow sounds. I don't know what to think of that right there. Like almost like, death is not the end. right? We would avenge you. I mean, ends justify the means. We see what's happening here, but I thought that was interesting.
Steht die Welt in Flammen, dann werden wir uns wiedersehen. Jenseits von hier, jenseits der Zeit.
Oh yeah. The choir that they got going on there that's serving as a transition in between each segment is like doing a very, very good job, right? Because as I do during this fighting scene, which by the way, the choreograph, actually looks pretty good. It doesn't look like super clunky. It looks pretty smooth and everything, which is, there's a whole lot of stuff that's going on in this to make things look really, really believable through the color grading. I already talked about the costume design, and then you got the sword play. Right, the choreographed kind of sword fights and everything, which you still got to go through and practice to make sure, because you obviously don't want to hurt anybody, but you also are trying to tell a story here, so you don't want to look super cheesy. So I think that's looking really clean. But the music that's going in the background is kind of carrying the action. The way that they're able to just keep ejecting energy after every 16 after every 16 bars is actually pretty amazing. Like every single time, it's like you've just been ascended and ascended and ascended and more, whether it be a guitar playing, it could be the same guitar that's playing in the next one, but for some reason, it just feels a lot more exhilarating. And I think a lot of that has to do with the choir that's singing in the background, whether they're going to knock them up. I'm not really too sure. Did they add some other instruments? I don't know, but there's people fighting in the darkness and I'm feeling good. So they made it to the tower. Yeah, see, this is the quality of these instruments that I'm hearing don't sound like samples. They definitely probably are actually playing this like real live instrument recording, because the quality of it just sounds, God, bro, there's a lot of information down here. Shout out to the whole team. You need a team like this to pull something off this great. Come on now. First off, 45,000. Nah, see, people sleeping. I'm not even sure how this reaction would do. I don't think this is one of those reactions that a lot of people tend to click on. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm able to show some people who don't know who Saltatio Mortis is who they are, right, by clicking on this reaction. So I really do, because, man, they got a lot of good music out here. Magical.
Seit der Schildwellen Lande der Welt altert den Ton auch am Morgensturm. Steht zusammen, denn wir sind die Wacht. Freunde, Andacht auf der Finsterwacht. Seit der Schildwellen Lande
while they were singing together, and of course everybody's kind of joining in unison, that there was somebody that was singing in a higher register, and it was mixed ever so slightly, like it was, the presence was there, but it wasn't like fully known. Obviously, that was done on purpose, but it added just enough special, that sparkle in there to make that whole entire thing shine. Also, I love how he's coming out of the group as if to inspire the rest of the group, right? And he's singing on its own, right? It's kind of like an audible pick me up kind of speech. Like while you're down, I'm out here, and I don't know what they're saying, but I'm just reacting on pure visuals. But come on, man, look at the intensity in everybody's face, bro. The battle far from over. Okay, if somebody's singing and they looking like this and they holding up some fire, you don't even know what they're looking at, bro. You better run. Something happened. You may not understand it, but they're coming. Okay, hold on now.
Wir sind die Macht. Und steht die Welt in Flammen, wenn ich mit euch durchs Feuer gehe, bis unsere Asche sich vereint in Ewigkeit. Und steht die Welt in Flammen, dann werden wir uns wiedersehen. Jenseits von hier, jenseits der Zeit, in Ewigkeit.
See, I'm finding myself there are times when I'm doing reactions where I kind of want to close my eyes and start like jamming out so I can get like the full effect. But then I keep remembering, God, there's video, right? I need to pay attention to what's going on. There's been several times where I'll just close my eyes like, wait a minute, I can't drift off yet. Tempo change. Oh, I see. Yeah, this production is amazing. Dang, that's how you end it. Oh man, this must be a continuation. Okay, so it looks like they were fighting. Okay, because this is like a security, right, detection where you light one and they light one and it makes its way all the way back to the capital, and then everybody in between knows that war is upon them or there's been a great threat, and they can start preparing with this great threat being the orcs. So that was a fight to get to the next beacon because it must have been a preemptive attack, right? They took them by surprise and they were trying to stop that. And then they kind of fast forward to the final battle, which is about to happen, which, there's a lot of people there. They kind of look like they were in royal arms or of sorts. And that's where the final battle is about to happen. But you can't leave us on that kind of cliffhanger. Come on now. All right, y'all. That was the end of this video. If you enjoyed the content, leave a like and subscribe. Dave's out.